your hand. Singing. Those of you who are in the front can't see what your counterparts are doing in the back. And the only thing I have against that is that if the wider community is seeing us doing that, then you're always still going to be harder for us to show everybody that, hey, you can come back to church. You can be together even if you're vaccinated 1, 2, or 3 times. But then everybody's not together on that. It's a problem. So I think that the same why you guys need to keep reiterating, or if your mask is responsibility of yours, just use the new mask every time you go to this thing.
Well, I don't figure I'm doing that every day, but nevertheless. But all I'm saying is, just pray and come ourselves and talk to ourselves. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Could I have someone from the Sunrise Fire second the report? Francis? All in favor, please show by the right hand. Opposed? Abstentions? It's carried. St. Matthew's players? Is that right? Good evening.
This is an easy one. I think we all know what children's place is all about. There's no age limit to being a father. We have youth unit. We have young people come in and do the and also we have the stage productions. Of course, like everyone else, we haven't been able to do anything due to COVID. And that not is but our hearts is clear, and as soon as we're clear, we'll be back on board. We thank you all for supporting us. We thank you all, especially for the young people who come out, because they have to work just as hard, just as diligent as the older folks, and their parents have to make sure that they follow through. So I'd like to give a special thank you to them, because I know it's not easy. We have those who just make sure that they come up. We have some of our original players here. We have Chauncey, we have Austin, Dr. Davis, and several others who, whenever we call out, we say they're ready, we want to try to put something together, they show up, and we go over it and see what we can do. So by the grace of God, we hope to be able to continue this. So, and once again, we thank you.
Questions, comments, concerns? If there aren't any, can somebody from your group? Thank you, Dorsey. All in favor, please show by the right hand. Opposed? Abstentions? Carried. Thank you.
One thing. All of our funds, I can make it whatever we make, if it's $50, $500, $1,000, we'll see more.
Thank you very much. Madam Treasurer, can you come and lead us through the
Actually, Master Church, I tell the financial report of 2021 and our proposed budget for 2022. On page 2, income is on page 28, the other pages are expenditure. And then questions and concerns. State item number. So we can follow. You will note on the last page of the expenditure side, there were two extraordinary items that have been inserted. One, the $15,000 is the whole expenditure for this year to get the communication ministry up and running efficiently. I'm not sure if that's enough, but that's a guesstimate, because the salary needs to be improved. And I know you need more equipment, so it will be done more professionally. On the actual expenditure side for 2021, we expect $17,350 for the retirement of working and to give us a gratuity stipend for the next meeting. And we also have one of our cleaning ladies. She had to retire because of illness. We had to give her up. But before she left, I'm saying, we should be there. But I have things will be with us. Yeah, there are things that I can come this year. All of the you must thank God for giving your best to the other consistent. Any questions? Yeah.
we leave the floor open for them to ask? We're going to have to do the voting in two parts for this particular section. The first is we need to make sure that we give approval to the proposed budget for 2022. So that's going to be the first vote that we're going to take. The second vote is going to be for the acceptance of the financial report, so that we can make sure that we separate both, even though they're all put together nicely for us in the chart that is provided. The houses and regulations require us to make sure that we pass a budget and that we also accept the financial report as given by the treasurer. So it's done in two parts. All right, everybody? So, Madam Treasurer, can you please move and you'll find somebody to second, first of all, the proposed budget for 2022.
Proposed budget is the following before the last one, right? 2022. I hereby move the proposed budget 2022.
Seconded?
Any questions?
didn't see it.
Oh.
Mickey, are you seconding?
Yeah.
Okay.
This shows that,
Yes,
this shows that we are in the back, correct?
that's what it says.
For the first time in London. Many years.
Okay, we have already a seconder. All in favor, please show by the right hand. Those opposed? Abstentions? Is unanimously carried. And then the rest of the chart that you have before you, showing not just 2020, but also 2021 actual, in terms of what actually was expended, what was taken and what was expended.
Let me make a comment.
Yes.
I want to be part of the every Sunday election, totaling up and adding up. I want to thank the Matthews Church members. In spite of the pandemic,
Yes.
they never failed to give their tithes and offerings to St. Matthew. That's why we are.
It shows a deep level of commitment to the things of God. So we thank you for giving great support to the parish. Madam Treasurer, will you please move?
I hereby move that, the report for 2021.
Could I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Mr.
Grant.
Gail Grant. All right, those in favor, please show by the right hand. Those opposed? Abstentions? Is unanimously carried. Thank you very much, Madam Treasurer. I would really like to say to you all that I would hope that St. Matthew's would please build on a solid foundation of good communication ministry. I've learned so much by just going through this exercise this evening of what has been happening, what is supposed to happen, and where the parish is supposed to go. I'll never forget the words of a professor I had in school. He said, the biggest problem in a lot of churches is that we do not communicate what is happening and what is going on. And he said to us, he said, when you do not what is happening in a parish, it is like you trying to wink in the dark at a pretty girl. Said the problem is, she don't know what you're doing, and all you're doing is wasting energy without ever getting the message across that she's got your attention. And I want to say to you all that I really believe that St. Matthew's has a story to tell. Okay? This week, Benny called me up very excited because we passed the 13,000 viewer mark. Okay? And it is not just the viewers for Bible study or for our Sunday worship services, but there are people who are in the United States, in Canada, all over the world who are tuning in and seeing what is happening here at St. Matthew's. And therefore, it's important that we develop a communication. And I really believe that we need to do it also in terms of print. It'd be really good for us to consider having some sort of newsletter that we send out every quarter to say this is what is happening. And I hope that we consider that when we talk about the communications ministry, so that others may be able to see what is happening at St. Matthew's and use it as an example to build on. I want to say to you all, thank you for your support over this past year. We have lots of work to do. We haven't finished or arrived as yet. There is still much that needs to be covered. I want to thank the staff, in particular those who are over in the office who I work with practically every day in terms of making sure that certain things get done. I want to thank all of them, Sharon and the rest of our support staff, who make life easy for me around here, and also Father Jupp. I want to thank Father Jupp for his support, even though he's being pulled in so many directions these days by the bishop and by other members of the clergy who want him to come to be with them on special occasions. But I want to say, to God be the glory. We still have a lot more work to do at St. Matthew's. Let's put our shoulders to the wheel and do what is required and realize it's not about us, it's all about Jesus. And let's focus on getting the message out as we tell others of what God is doing in our midst. And so that's my hope and prayer.
Thanks. I should have said it at the maintenance time. Just comment for me. Good evening. There were concerns about the steeple. Two gentlemen who were past made it before they died. Rosemary Thompson's last son, Lucy, when he died, we used to pass here all the time. Now he died, we were close to family, we took care of him. And he left $10,000 towards repairing the steeple. Mr. Sands from the Bearman. Mr. Sands. He made a vow before he died that he wanted to repair the steeple as well. We have 10,000 from Mr. Thompson, Jerusalem. We're waiting on the lawyers to finish the after he died. Okay. Sometimes that takes a while. But we on that for that, so we could go. They already have the estimates. They have it about 2 months now. And we're waiting on the probate so we can see what we have, so we can start repairing the steeple. The floor on the upstairs, they looked at it, and the gentleman agreed that the best thing to do was, as Ferguson spoke to them, to put a carpet up there. Now, there's termites though. We have a termite problem, and now we have to get estimates to termite the church. And I'm trying to figure out to do it before we put the carpet down upstairs. You don't want to be like the parents. We get it crumble. So now we're in the process of getting estimates to termite the whole church. I want the church to be where I don't think to be costly. And because that close the church a couple of days. But I just want the members to be aware that's what we're trying to accomplish and going on right now. It's going to be costly, but it has to be done. And the good of we do it, the better. Thanks.
Something like, keep forgetting to ask about Canon. I keep forgetting to ask. The tree, the tree there, right? This tree here.
I see.
So what I was wondering is, are there plans to cut the rest of that?
The mic,
Yeah, I was just saying about the city manager, I've been having this part for 17. But I was wondering if there were plans to cut the other side down before we have an accident.
Well,
Is it? Because I thought the city was coming out.
yeah, the trees.
let me just say this to you.
I can bring my dollars. Which tree is that?
I'm talking about.
I'm not sure myself.
See,
You know, you call it, other calls and calls and you have a bad accident.
yeah, well, the thing about it is that we struggle because this is not just St. Matthew's property. Okay, it's an historical site. And if we start chopping down trees, we're going to be in serious trouble. As you all notice, the tree out here on the corner, that collapsed because of the heavy wind.
Car hit that. I checked it the same morning. When the sun
It was what?
came up,
It was a car.
a car hit that. You can see the track.
Oh, the track mark.
Okay.
That's it, what I said. It didn't damage, it hit the tree, it took the further back. It's hit the road. Damage the sign. Damage the sign.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay. Okay. But we leave that with the maintenance people. Let them take care of what needs to be done. The other thing that I think is going to cause some problem for us are your Ponciana trees in the middle of the graveyard. Those roots are busy destroying your graves. Okay? Just can't win with the graveyard at this point. The other thing that I want to say to you all, which we also started discussions with some persons, is about putting in a columbarium. You know, the little slots to put the cremated remains of persons in. The problem is that we cannot build on top of existing graves. Where I've been suggesting something that I'm hoping that the diocesan architect will be able to give approval to, and that is we want to build a sky, what we call a sky a sky columbarium, which is actually tilted on stilts so that it's actually above the existing graves, but it will be at least 1 story above, but we'll be able to use that floor above in order to create the columbarium in order to put the ashes in. So as soon as we get the concept sorted out and the ramp that is going to lead to it, we will bring it back to the church so that we can actually think about accommodating anywhere from 500 to 1,000 slots so that people are able to use them if they wish to be cremated and therefore their remains to remain in St. Matthew's graveyard. But it's something that we want to work on and see if we can gain approval at diocesan level. I don't want to say anything more than that until we get the concept and the approval from the diocesan council and the faculty to carry it out. Okay, everybody? Thank you all for your attention this evening. There was a hand in the back, somebody. Yes. Exterminate the kitchen. So tell me what's happening. Please.
Last week,
The gentleman, the exterminator who has been spraying for us from time immemorial, I've been impressing upon him to either give us something stronger, do it more than once or twice a month. And so we weren't getting any, yes?
Richard, speaking on that, I want to speak on the right as well, because I thought that
Okay, so like back to the kitchen and everything, the point is, in just as of last week, I've had a new exterminator coming. And so he's already started the work and is prepared to work with us a bit more diligently in terms of eradicating the roaches. The same thing it applies. Persons bringing stuff in. The previous exterminator said it was all boxes and so forth. So we must make a concern that on our part to ensure that whatever we're bringing in don't have any roaches in the bags or the boxes. And especially when the breakfast is finished, everything is clean. That is why the roaches are continuing to hatch. The counters must be properly, everything. It cannot be emphasized enough. I go in there and I check in there on Monday morning after the breakfast, because I want to make sure that we are cleaning the place. I find the pots in the sink filled with water. All of these things harbor roaches. I want to rest, but we have to do more on our part to try and take care of what God has entrusted to us. And so let us give this new exterminator some time to see what he can do in terms of helping us eradicate the roaches. Okay? The situation with the rats, the same thing applies. We had a good run with getting rid of most of the rats. But let me just go with this person who we have now and see if we can do it. So please, cleanliness is next to godliness. That's all I would say.
Is there any other business? And if there is no more business,
Two more people who are just supplement. Yeah. You need to take one at a time. If you notice, that air conditioning unit has been in operation for a little while. It's because if you turn it on, it leaks. It is because the condensation pan is hard to get out. And so, I put it like this, the AC people build up their coverage, because they have to take up part of the ceiling to get at that AC unit. And we are working on, sometimes it leaks down there, but the other day you got a surprise, it started leaking on this one as well. Now, we don't know if it's because the doors were kept open while the AC is on. But this is what is in the check on that. And I'm working on tinting these glasses. I mean, these birds, they're so clear. Every other month or so, I gotta replace the glasses because the birds keep flying into them. They fly in. And when they fly in, they can't get back up. Sometimes I can't go to Sunday morning, we saw one, he was stunned, so they had to lift him up and put him on flat. But they keep breaking the glass, so I said, you know what, I spoke to Pete. I said, I guess you're the biggest female. Before the summer, I put a tint on the glasses so that it wouldn't be as clear. So maybe you would not pay all the time. You know, we do that at our home, you know. But now it's broken legislation. I don't want to tell the truth because I just better. We get checked on that.
your attention this evening, everybody. I believe it's time for us to adjourn. Those in favor, please stand. Those opposed, you can remain seated. But I think it's time for us to go home. Oh, sorry, just sit for a minute. Oh, the nomination forms. To replace the 4 people whose times are up. What we will do is on Sunday morning, we will vote. On Sunday morning, we will vote. So we will give everybody a ballot on Sunday so that they're able to vote. But once the nominations are in tonight, we're able to vote on who will be the persons to serve on the new vestry.
Any other nominations?
Any other nominations?
Just one?
Making very good right now.
All right. So Sunday morning, we will vote on the nominations, and then we will count them by Sunday evening so that we can be assured that we know who's going to serve on the vestry. And that will be posted on the internet for everybody to see. All right, everybody? Time to adjourn. All in favor, please stand. Those opposed can remain seated. Jeff, please close us out this evening.
Let us pray. In the name of God, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Gracious and Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for this opportunity for each and every one of us to gather here as a church family. We thank you, Lord, that this meeting ran smoothly. We thank you that everyone valued everyone's opinions. Continue to help us to grow as a church. Help us to grow in community and fellowship. And as we depart from this place, Lord, keep your ever watchful hands over us and guard us from all the snares of the enemy. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Have a safe day, everybody. Yeah, that's a busy evening. Sunday, you get the ballots.